The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is Universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it. All right, we got sports concepts and rationalizations. By the way, I do appreciate all the comments about my picture from this morning.
I don't think you appreciate all the comments about your picture.
No, I do. I wouldn't put it out there if I didn't care. I enjoy it. We got the 10-minute drill. Beef, we have a lovely gift to give away at the end, a parting gift, if you will.
After the 10-minute drill at the end, we'll give out a cue to call, and one lucky Guggen going to take home, or I should say have brought to them, a lovely floral arrangement from Kuhn Flowers.
As I was driving in this morning, I have a Dan Hicken drive-by from the 6 o'clock hour with you 6 o'clockers. And shame on you for letting Jeff and Beef get away with this. But
okay, I about had it.
What?
With the dadgum 6 o'clock critique and observation.
What do you mean?
Can you not come in with your own fresh, innovative
Dan
thinking?
Hicken drive-by.
Huh?
This needs to be said.
Here's what happens. Whenever I say
show.
anything about something that you put on your Twitter feed or I put somewhere, you get all mad.
That's not true.
And proprietary.
What are you talking about?
You stay off my. You're not on. You can't.
Name one example.
That's happened before.
Give me one example.
I don't feel like
exactly. No, this is a good point, so I'm going to make it because you guys were talking about Patrick Mahomes, which is 100% true. Patrick Mahomes got this huge contract yesterday, and you and Beef decided to cobble up $20,000,
yeah,
and say he will win at least one other Super Bowl, and that is a good bet, right? But let me take you back in the Wayback Machine to 1985, when the then Mahomes of that generation had just gone to a Super Bowl and lost and said, don't worry about it. There'll be plenty more. And there never was another. Never was another. And you would have bet the farm that guy was going to go to a few, right? You know who I'm talking about. Daniel Constantine Marino.
You don't have to go that far. Go back to 2010 and Aaron Rodgers. He won that first Super Bowl. You would have certainly bet on him at that point of his career that he'd have won more.
So
that being said, if you want to take the bet, I'll bet you.
Yeah, $20,000.
$20,000 that Patrick Mahomes wins another Super Bowl in the next 10 years.
You're going to be down $10,000 from the Drew bet. So
I'll never lose that bet. And you didn't make that bet. If you want to make that bet, we can make them both. But if you want to bet me any amount of money that Patrick Mahomes wins one in the next 10 years, I will bet
because I'm not going to sit here and
it's like a retirement fund.
Yeah. It's my new 401k. I bet Jeff $100,000. He won't pay me. I'm going to have to kill him. Oh, dear. But I do think that it's not as easy as just saying it's going to happen. It doesn't always happen. I think Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. I think Mahomes is well-deserving of everything that he's gotten. I think the Chiefs were smart to lock him up. But it doesn't always happen. I mean, Dan Marino in 1983 when he came in, and he didn't start till about, I don't know, 6-7 games in. I remember he threw 20 touchdown passes. I remember, if I'm not mistaken, help me here, as a rookie, did they not lose to Seattle in the postseason in the first round?
That sounds right. Maybe the Browns, or was it the Browns led them 21-0, and then they blew the lead? I think that.
I remember.
I know they lost to Seattle. They beat Seattle the year they came here.
Yeah,
that's different.
I remember. That was a long time after. All right, so in 1983, he started 9 games. He was 7-2. He threw for 2,200 yards, 20 touchdowns, and everybody went, whoa. And then in 84, they were unbeatable. They were going to be awesome. They were 14-2. Marino threw for 5,000 yards. Marino threw 48 touchdowns. I mean, it was.
And at the time, by the way, those are incredible numbers.
Oh.
Like now, they all throw. Today's leaders throw 48, 50, 55.
Only 3 guys have ever thrown 50-plus, I think, right? Is it Manning?
Mahomes didn't get to 50, only got to 49?
No, Mahomes did. Mahomes, Peyton, and
Brady. Oh, yeah.
50.
I was counting him.
He was 48.
Yeah.
So, and he only threw 17 picks. And you want to talk about a fun season, man. Watching the Dolphins in 1984 was as good as it gets. And so then they went, that's the year they went to the Super Bowl then, correct?
They lost to the 49ers.
They beat the Steelers and Mark Malone in the AFC title game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm in Puerto Rico at that time. And
Okay, so then.
Getting games a week late.
Okay, so then in 85, they went back and they won a game and then they lost. And then they didn't go back again until 90.
To the playoffs?
Yeah. 90, 92, 94, they won a game each
That's
year.
a stretch, though, where the Dolphins couldn't play any defense. They lose 51-45.
Yeah.
They weren't a good, like, that's when I was in college. And in college, I always have the privilege of moving to places where there's a good NFL team whose fans think they're even better than they are. Now, when I moved to West Virginia, it was the Steelers, and but I went to college with all those Dolphin fans, and boy, that's where the saying was born. Champions in August, talk to me in December.
Well, those 3 years in 84, 85, and 86, Marino was awesome. I mean, 48, 30, and 44 touchdown passes, 60%. But 84, he was as good as it got. And that's as good a season as a quarterback could have, if you ask me. But anyway, I'm curious. I'm trying to remember who knocked him out in 85. I know somebody knows. So they were the 85 Dolphins. Beef, look that up real quick. In the postseason, went 12-4. I'll get it. Here it is. They lost to the Patriots. Yeah, they lost to the Patriots in the AFC Championship.
Yeah. I remember that one. I remember.
Right.
That's the year that the Patriots
should have won.
Yeah, because that's the year they had beaten the Bears in the regular season, and we wanted a Dolphins-Bears Super Bowl.
83, 84, 85. You would think the Dolphins would have had at least one in there because Marino was coming out, so they lost to Seattle. 84, they go to the Super Bowl, they lose to the Niners. 85,
they're really good.
They beat the best team in the football in November, the Bears, and then they go.
85 Dolphins are a lot like the 99 Jags.
You mentioned the Browns. They had a tight game against the Browns, I think.
I remember watching that game.
Wasn't that a close game or no?
Yeah, I think they were trailed 21-0 and then won like 28-21. That may have been like 80. I'm in college. That might be 80. That may be the 80. Was that not the 85 postseason?
24-21.
I think they were down 21-0 maybe.
You might be right. And then they got hammered by the Patriots, 31-14, and the shocker. I mean, just a shocker.
I tell you, that Dolphins team to me is a lot like the 99 Jags.
Then they went to another
AFC all year. They had home field advantage, and they lost to a divisional rival. Then
they went to another AFC Championship game against Buffalo, remember?
That's like in 91.
Yeah, 90.
That was the year that I went down for a wedding and on the bachelor party doing what 24-year-olds do on the bachelor party, and half the Dolphins team was in the same location as the bachelor party the night before the championship game. And so right there I said, put all my money on the Bills.
Yeah, 90, they lost to Buffalo in the divisional round.
Divisional round.
Yeah.
Didn't they play
they played in a championship
AFC
game.
championship?
Well, they might have,
100%.
but 90 it was the divisional round.
Check 92.
Yeah, it's like 90.
Buffalo
92 they lost to Buffalo in the conference title game.
Yeah. So my point is, as great as Marino was, and there was no way that Dan Marino was only going to go to one. That's all he ever went to, man. It just never.
That is that's an example of a guy who looked like he would go to more and wouldn't, but I would still say apples and oranges. I'll take the Mahomes as it stands.
I would too. I'm just saying.
And by the way, as great as Dan Marino is, and as long as he did it, and even with Patrick Mahomes only being in the league 2 years, I'd take Patrick Mahomes over Dan Marino right now if we had a game. I would.
That's blasphemy.
Well,
I won't allow it.
Yeah.
I won't allow a counselor.
Okay. At the end of their career, they'll be in the same spot, Canton. Only one will have a Super Bowl and the other won't.
Well, one already does.
That's
so
what
it
I mean.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. But Patrick Mahomes, Dan's playing the position right now as good as we've ever seen it played. Is he not?
Good. Yeah.
I have an interesting list that we can.
But it just doesn't. I guess it doesn't translate year to year. I mean, he'll be good, but will he be like? We both said after his 50 touchdown season, he won't do that again, and he did. And he came far short of that, and he dislocated his knee, missed a game and a half, and then he went and won a Super Bowl. But he wasn't the MVP. So
it wasn't the MVP of the league.
Yeah,
but he's the year before he was.
And by the way, he shouldn't have been the MVP of the Super Bowl. He was not very good in the Super Bowl.
Here's why he should be to me.
Okay.
Who was? Who do you remember from the Super Bowl?
Well, I know that running back scored 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, but so you remember that stat line that he had the 3 touchdowns.
I remember the most important throw. Again, I'm not.
We're quibbling.
Yes, I would take Patrick Mahomes.
I got you
1,000,000 times. Okay, so please don't take this in the wrong way.
I don't think anyone is.
But that Super Bowl, he threw 2 picks, I think, in the second half.
Yeah.
He was lost, and the throw he made to Tyreek Hill for the big gainer that got him going, I mean, he just threw it up in the air, and Tyreek Hill waited for it. I mean, so
Eli Manning's going to go to the Hall of Fame on that strategy.
Yeah.
Well, I would say this, though. That may be true.
Yeah.
Take me back 2 weeks to the postseason when he's down 24-0 at home.
That's fair.
So that makes
that wasn't the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
I was just saying he wasn't the Super Bowl MVP. You can call him the playoff MVP.
Well, the team MVP on a championship year.
Uh-huh.
The postseason MVP in a championship year. And the Super Bowl to me did not scream. And I'm with you. I can remember the next day saying, Patrick Mahomes, he was just okay.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody really, was, stood out incredibly to me during that victory. I have a quarterback list that is full of Shazams when we return.
Okay.
I mean, and amazingly full of Shazams, and it makes you think, and sometimes you might immediately say, what? And then you really think about it, maybe, and then others we're going to dive into that. What it is a list I found.
A list?
Of the 100 best quarterbacks in NFL history. Mm-hmm. It was presented last September before the 100th anniversary of the league.
Yes. And
it's also a good backstory as to why I even looked at this list that I think you'll enjoy.
And also coming up, everything that happened on the wild day one of Johnny Depp's libel case. We'll have that all for you. You won't want to miss that if you
His
like
hair
the 9
looks
o'clock
kind of like
nasty.
Dan's.
Yes. Let's do caller number 1, Beef, right off the rip, 641-1010. Be quick, be fast, and call in right now, and you will take home what, Beef?
A lovely floral arrangement delivered by our friends at Hicken Flowers. So be caller number 1 right now. Fastest fingers, 641-1010.